Part of that technique for Darchinyan is moving his head as he comes in. Maldonado can counterpunch effectively. Pressure is Darchinyan's game, and it's especially important in this match. The Darchinyan power is in the straight left. When he lands it flush, fighters usually fall. Darchinyan is an unorthodox fighter, and he overcomes even his deficiencies, like when he pulls his right shoulder back to square up to his opponent and leaves himself a more open target for his opponent. But he can still shoot the right jab out there, even in this posture, and that sets up his big weapon, which is the left hand. And the results when he lands this punch, well, they are significant. Like Darchinyan, Maldonado has a habit of squaring his body up and offering a more inviting target. Now, Maldonado is listed as a conventional fighter, but he often switches to lefty, and he's very effective. From either side, righty or lefty, Maldonado has a great jab.
Gritty, hard-nosed veteran Luis Maldonado out of Mexicali, Mexico. He's one of 9 children. His father, a laborer in the fields. Really tough guy, impressive numbers. He's 33-0-1 with 25 knockouts, but he's fought mostly limited opposition, almost exclusively in Mexico. His last fight was a draw in February, which snapped a 33-fight winning streak. Guy with tremendous work ethic. In fact, he moonlights as a waiter and a busboy at a restaurant in Mexicali to support his wife and 2.5-year-old daughter. So, Al, no questioning his desire. His heart's certainly in the right place, but this is a big step up in class.
It really is, and as you alluded to, in his last 2 fights, when he did step up in class, there were some troubles, although he showed a lot of grit and determination in those matches. But, you know, one of the things we've seen on Showtime Boxing in the last couple of years a lot, Steve, are guys getting their chance and really stepping up to the plate. And he has the kind of ability that could allow him to do that.
Yeah, we've seen an upset or two.
Sure, yeah, 1 or 2, yeah.
Only the second fight on these shores for this 8-year pro who says he's waited 3 years for this chance. Doesn't seem like a long time, but to Maldonado it probably feels like an eternity. He's a protege of 4-time world champion Erik Morales, who happens to be his promoter. And Morales involved in one of the greatest trilogies of all time against Marco Antonio Barrera.
And you know, Morales occupies a very special place in this young man's life, because he made the point to us, how often do you get to be able to talk to your promoter and have him be this kind of role model for you, be able to give you advice about what to do in and out of the ring to handle this kind of situation.
As Maldonado gets closer and closer to the big time, ready to step into the ring. He said it may take 2-3 rounds to get adjusted. We shall see if Mr. Darchinyan even gives him that opportunity, because he is a power puncher, Darchinyan, with a long left hand. Nice leap. We'll see soon if it was a leap of faith. So Luis Maldonado is set to go. He's got the Mexican flag waving in the wind. And referee Joe Cortez checks things out. A very intense-looking champion, power-punching southpaw, Vic Darchinyan, out of Sydney, Australia, by way of Armenia, being escorted by 3-time world champion Jeff Fenech on his right. He's the trainer. Darchinyan, the son of a gas station owner, fluent in 3 languages, is Vic, including English. Comes off a thrilling 1-punch knockout over slick lefty Diosdado Gabi in March on Showbox. As Al alluded to earlier, ultra confident, some might say cocky. 7 straight KO wins. Al, he is a true illustration that the little men can punch, and he is capable from bell to bell.
Yeah, very rare that someone in that weight division you think of as an absolutely pure puncher. I was chatting with our colleagues on Showbox, Steve Farhood and Nick Charles, and they've done a number of Vic Darchinyan's fights, and they, like everyone else that's seen him fight, the first words that come out of their mouth is, he just wants a knockout, and he'll do anything he can to get it. Not often said about flyweights.
And on the flip side, he does get hit a lot, but he has been blessed with a granite chin. Never dropped as a pro or amateur. As you see the Australian flags waving around. He's had 25 pro fights, 170 amateur, won 152 of those with 105 KOs, and represented Armenia at the 2000 Olympic Games. And as mentioned, trained by one of the fiercest fighters ever. And boy, Vic's got his fans here in Las Vegas. Referring to Jeff Fennick, his trainer, who urged Darchinyan to move to Australia, where he is now a citizen. Jeff Fennick behind him in the white shirt with the baseball cap.
There's energy in this building. You know, that obviously we all know about Corrales Castillo, but I'm going to tell you, there's energy in this building for this fighter.
Well, we'll see if Darchinyan versus Maldonado can save the day and steal the show. Big smile on Darchinyan's face, obviously enjoying the support he's receiving here in Vegas. He is very, very happy to be the main event. Who wouldn't? And let's check the numbers as we go to the tail of the tape. Darchinyan, who's 30, 2 years older than Maldonado. The height all even, but a 2.5-inch reach advantage for the challenger Maldonado. At yesterday's weigh-in, Darchinyan and Maldonado right there at 112 pounds, the flyweight limit. And the key unified rules for this world title fight: there's no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt causes a fight to end within 4 rounds, it's a no decision. After 4 rounds, they go to the scorecards. If a punch causes a cut and the injured fighter can't continue, he loses by TKO. So here at the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas, Nevada, we're getting ready for Vic Darchinyan versus Luis Maldonado for the IBF Flyweight Championship. Let's get the official introductions from our ring announcer, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you and welcome to the Thomas & Mack Center here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's time for our World Championship featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Gary Shaw Productions in association with the legendary home of champions, Caesars Palace, Wynn Las Vegas, and Showtime. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the IBF President Marion Muhammad, along with the IBO President Ed Levine, Supervisor Hilton Whitaker III, and the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the Chairman Skip Avancino Jr., Commissioners Dr. Tony Alamo, John Bailey, Joe W. Brown, and T.J. Day, along with the Executive Director Keith Kaiser. Our physicians at ringside, Doctors William Berliner, David Watson, Jeff Davidson, and Anthony Ruggiero, and our timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, Jane Broadfoot and James Cavan. Introducing our 3 judges, scoring this bout from ringside, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Chuck Jumpa. Also from Las Vegas, Bill Graham, and from Carson City, Nevada, Doug Tucker. Introducing to you our 3rd man in the ring, our referee in charge, working this his 130th world title bout, fair but firm, Joe Cortez. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF and IBO Flyweight Championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Las Vegas, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with black and white trim, hailing from Mexicali, Baja California, Mexico. He weighed in at the flyweight limit of 112 pounds even. His fine record stands at 33 wins, no losses, 1 draw with 25 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the IBF number 8 world-ranked flyweight contender, introducing the undefeated challenger, Luis Titi Maldonado. And his opponent across the ring is the defending world champion on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Sydney, Australia, by way of Vadnadzor, Armenia. He weighed in the same as his opponent, 112 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring, 25 wins, no losses, 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the IBF and IBO flyweight champion of the world, known as the Raging Bull, introducing Vic Darchinyan. Once again, a referee in charge, Joe Cortez, now to give instructions.
Maldonado. All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Yo vi las reglas a los dos en el camerino. I expect a good, clean fight. Que una pelea limpia. Punches here are good, punches here are good. Están aquí los bien los golpes. Okay? Okay, where's clean some of the Vaseline on the side. Okay? Good. Give me a good, clean fight. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch him up. Suelte.
What an opportunity, what a stage. Set to watch a guy who brings a lot of attitude, always entertaining, aggressive lefty. Vic Darchinyan feels he's just about the only flyweight worth talking about. Brings a puncher's arrogance, big left, but tonight he really wants to show he's a more complete fighter. Seasoned pro Luis Maldonado, 5-0 versus southpaws, a straight-ahead conventional fighter who, as Al mentioned, will turn southpaw. He's hittable, he cuts, but he doesn't back down. Very busy, lets his hands go. Decent puncher, not really a knockout guy. His MO to wear people down. He can mix it up, but he's got to be very careful against an explosive puncher like Vic Darchinyan. You really don't want to get into a shootout with Darchinyan. Maldonado, more of a boxer, counter puncher. Says he's looking to take a 12, test Darchinyan's endurance and conditioning. Darchinyan's never been 12, but said he spars 12 to 15 rounds with different guys, some 130, 140 pounds. Remember, he's only 112. Darchinyan in the black trunks. Maldonado in the red. Crowd into it now.
These early rounds, very important. That Maldonado has already switched to lefty. Normally he does that in round 2 in almost every fight he has, but well, he's now back to righty. But he is, I think that's going to be a very important move for him.
Darchinyan's had great success against left-handers, so this is a daunting task if he does switch to southpaw. Darchinyan already getting the upper hand in the early going with some wicked shots. I think he's got the attention of Maldonado. He's already backing up, which is very, very rare for him.
Maldonado is a very tough. There he is. There he goes to the lefty stance.
And a sweeping left hand by Darchinyan right on the side of Maldonado's head. Maldonado is trying to box, trying to stick and move, but that big left by Darchinyan finding a home. And a combination by Darchinyan. They want to see more of that.
There's where Maldonado squared his body to Darchinyan. When he does that, he's putting himself in serious harm's way. He's continuing to do it here in round 1. That's a big mistake on his part.
So thus far, a very impressive start by Darchinyan. Landing with almost every punch.
Maldonado, I mentioned in the keys, he has a very good jab. And the interesting thing is he has it from both the right-handed and left-handed stance. That's very rare.
Oh, there's a miss and a nice countering left to the body by Maldonado. Darchinyan vulnerable after he throws from time to time. We saw an example there. Final seconds of round one, but overall in the hip pocket of Darchinyan. But Maldonado's game. Pretty good exchange before the bell.
For a whole 2.5 minutes, you smart. One big punch. I don't want you to do it, Vic. You throw it straight, my friend, okay? And Vic, you missed with the 3-punch combination. Just miss. Throw your second and third punch. Don't worry about one punch, Vic. Second and third punch, what we've been practicing in gym, okay? Good boy. Just be patient. It will happen. Vic, you already hurt him. You already know that.
Very good round for Vic Darchinyan. Maldonado leaving his hands low and squaring himself up to Darchinyan. Look how he's square there. He's giving him a better target, and Darchinyan landing some good shots on the inside. And in much slower motion, you can see the left hand of Darchinyan getting there. That's his big power punch. Every time he throws it, it's a home run ball.
Round two, and Darchinyan comes out fast. Doesn't throw, but looked very scary, at least to me. He's not the most polished technically,
no,
but very strong. That's obvious.
He really is. And of course, these early rounds so important for Maldonado. He's got to hang in there, get Darchinyan into those middle and later rounds, and maybe frustrate Darchinyan by showing him that he can't be put out, can't be bullied in this fight.
Darchinyan fun to watch. He'll take chances. The unorthodox style, very busy, comes at you from weird angles. He'll lunge in rather than stepping in. Do whatever it takes. He'll brawl if he has to. He can take a punch, although his defense is questionable.
Now you see Maldonado staying in the left-handed stance. That's what makes him effective at this. He doesn't, you know, Steve, you and I have seen fighters, especially in recent time, that switch back and forth for no apparent reason. With him, there is a reason, and that's why the switching works.
We once asked a fighter at a fighter meeting, why do you switch? He said, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Maldonado back to righty now, but he'll stay in this for a while. He won't go right back. Darchinyan's assault in this round has slowed a little bit, and I think it's because Maldonado has landed just enough to keep him at least a little at bay.
There's that leaping left by Darchinyan.
Very low blow by Maldonado.
Maldonado, a patient, disciplined, much more conservative than Darchinyan.
There's the jab of Maldonado. If he's going to win this fight, he'll have to use it, but he got countered there.
Some good shots by Darchinyan, who marches forward, firing away with the left, missing wildly on a couple of attempts.
It's fun to watch. I mean, you know, he leaves himself wide open and can be hit, but boy, he wants to get in to knock you out.
Air conditioning not necessary as long as Darchinyan keeps throwing those lefts. Nice countering straight right hand by Maldonado to the chest.
A very close round.
Yeah, Maldonado coming back nicely here in round two. Oh, he just walked into a right, did Maldonado. Maldonado cuts a lot. Keep that in mind. He's never been down like the Darchinyan. He's willing to mix it up, Maldonado. We've got ourselves a street fight now.
Oh, yeah.
You're working real good. You're working real good at the bottom. You're boxing. Don't stay in the ropes. Stay in the center. Keep lateral movements. There's a little water. Good, good, good. Keep working, keep working. Just keep with the upper, nice and right. You're doing it perfectly. Don't fight with him, don't fight with him. No. Surprise him from the outside. Box him, box him. When the bell rings, you stand up.
Our thanks to Felix De Jesus, our translator tonight. Round 3, scheduled for 12 for the IBF Flyweight Championship. It's been, as advertised, an explosive affair. Maldonado coming back nicely in the last round, after Darchinyan dominated the first. He's a sweeping right hook by Darchinyan. Jeff Fennick, his trainer, would like to see more combinations out of Darchinyan, but Darchinyan, his version of a combination is a left, and another left.
You know, Darchinyan has been hit with some nice punches early by Maldonado. The straight left's very good. But, you know, Darchinyan said an amazing thing to us, and I tend to believe it. He's never been down. It's amateur or pro. And then well, that time that was a slip.
And that was from his own punch,
yes,
mind you.
Never down in over 170 amateur fights and all these pro fights. And he says never really hurt. So he's got a heck of a chin.
You think he commits to his punches just a tad? Every punch by Darchinyan in the black trunks with conviction and authority. That one sent himself to the canvas.
It's a very unique style, but quietly, Maldonado has really gotten himself back into this fight in a very big way. He's throwing good combinations, he's precise, and he's doing an excellent job here in this round as he did in the last round.
The book on Darchinyan is that you could push him back. But that didn't work against Rennie Pacheco when he won the title. Did a great job against Pacheco, who was trying to push Darchinyan back. And now Maldonado is trying to do that. Oh, nice shot to the body. Left hand by Darchinyan.
The problem that Vic Darchinyan sometimes has, and we're seeing some evidence of it, is doesn't throw that many punches. He's aggressive, but he doesn't throw that many. And against a busier fighter like Maldonado, he runs the risk of not winning some of these rounds. But usually that's not a problem because he knocks people out.
Well, right now, thus far, it's translated into a very interesting matchup. As we approach the final 30 seconds of round 3.
No one there, let's go.
Just enough lateral movement from Maldonado to make it all work.
So far, no damage to the face of Maldonado. And as I say that, there's a little blood streaking down the side of his nose. Almost on cue, Al.
Over here. Let's go, let's go.
Little trickle of blood on the face of Maldonado in the red. But he's used to that. He just keeps winging. It doesn't stop him.
Give me the cold water. The cold water. There it is. More water. Cold water. Give me a towel. A towel, a towel. You're fighting good.
Well, I mentioned that Darchinyan has never been down well by a punch, but put himself down with that punch that missed wildly. And they will, on the inside, while Darchinyan is doing some good work, there will be a clash of heads. They bang each other a little bit, and you see the trickle of blood that had been caused earlier on Maldonado's eye.
Even though Maldonado bleeds a lot, cuts a lot, it doesn't seem to affect him. He is undefeated, 33-0-1. Darchinyan 25-0, 20 knockouts, and he was looking for number 21 there with that left hand. But fortunately for Maldonado, it didn't make full impact. Now, nice jab by Maldonado, who's in the southpaw stance. Darchinyan more measured now. He flashes the jab. Darchinyan just looking for the opening. A little bit of a chess match here after a slugfest earlier.
Good body work downstairs by Maldonado. He is a good body puncher, and maybe that's been the one thing that's been a little surprising in this match. He's done some excellent work down there. That was a fantastic left by Darchinyan, and that's part of the reason why that right eye now of Maldonado not looking that great.
Yeah, the blood is now getting into the eye. He's blinking more. It's bothering him. Maldonado's got to be careful after he misses. Darchinyan will counter.
It's amazing how low Vic Darchinyan keeps his hands. Really.
He's confident, isn't he? Right off the top of the head with the left hand by Darchinyan. Maldonado continues to blink much more with that right eye.
Darchinyan
is, left hand by Darchinyan.
He is finding the range with that left. I mean, now it's like a laser beam.
A guided missile. Coming at him from all angles, another hard left hand that nailed the forehead of Maldonado right to the side of the head. And he's battering Maldonado here in round 4. Maldonado, though, is game. He's hanging in there. He's certainly not running. And he's even trading with Darchinyan. Maldonado attempting to go to the body. Those punches blocked. Nice straight left hand. Couple of lefts by Maldonado. Pushes Darchinyan back. But in no way, shape, or form hurting Darchinyan. He comes back with a series of punches. Nice combination to the head by Darchinyan. Beautiful flurry near the bell for the Australian from Armenia, Darchinyan.
For a championess, you got to show more manliness. Come on, go into deep. They haven't given us a round yet. You're cut. You got to start going. You got to keep going with him.
Darchinyan has found a home for that straight left hand, and it is a powerful punch. And you see how he uses the jab to measure that. It's a misnomer to think that because Darchinyan is always thinking knockout that he doesn't understand how to set those punches up. And as we showed in the keys beforehand, that jab sets up that straight left.
More action from the flyweight or 112-pound division. This for the IBF title, owned by Vic Darchinyan of the black trunks. This is one of the very best divisions in boxing. Darchinyan, called the Lord of the Flies, WBA titleist Lorenzo Parra, longtime champ Pansaklek Wanjankam, with 14 title defenses.
It's a division clearly that doesn't get as much play in America, partially because there are so many fighters from around the world that are champions, but it is fun. You know, he sparred with a lot of bigger fighters, did Darchinyan, including Israel Vasquez, one of the super bantamweight champs at 122.
And now as we check press row scoring, it's all Darchinyan. David Avila from Riverside Press Enterprise, Steve Kim, MaxBoxing.com, Mike Sloan, FightNews.com.
I have it 39-37 for Darchinyan.
Darchinyan almost had a fight with southpaw Omar Narvaez, the WBO champ, but they couldn't get together. Miscommunication. But he really wants Jorge Arce of Mexico, an exciting
Important to see why. You can't get through a minute without him mentioning his name. Now Maldonado switches back to righty. I think a good idea right now because it wasn't working as a lefty for the last round and a half. And there's a nice right hand by Maldonado as a righty. So it did work for him.
A nice body shot by Darchinyan. So they're both landing. Maldonado, a courageous kid, standing in there against the very powerful Vic Darchinyan. Left, but one and done by Darchinyan.
You know, you could, if you wanted to be critical of Darchinyan, you could say it's one-dimensional. Mostly it's just the jab and the straight left hand. Doesn't throw too many really good hooks and other things. But, you know, guess what? It all works for him. And this unorthodox way of delivering these punches gets it done.
The way he fights, he really doesn't have to be that patient or disciplined. That's probably what goes on in his mind.
And the power is the great equalizer, certainly.
Well, he is proof. Oh, what a miss.
Watch the backhand. Watch the backhand.
By Darchinyan. Being cautioned by Joe Cortez to watch the backhand. It's illegal.
Now, Maldonado goes back to the lefty stance, and I don't know if that's the right thing because he was having some success as a righty, and I think you might want to continue with that.
And if he thinks he's going to confuse Darchinyan to throw him off, as mentioned before, Darchinyan has had very good success against lefties, as you can see. He's nailing them now in the head, and all Maldonado can do is hold up.
First time in this fight.
Exactly. And that will say something about Maldonado.
Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Don't worry. You got to keep working downstairs. The body.
Darchinyan has found a home for that left hand. It has become a very important weapon. And there's a punch that we don't see as much from him, the uppercut. He's got a good one when he uses it. As a righty, Maldonado had a few moments in this round. There's a good straight right hand. Darchinyan backed me up a little when he threw it, but I think that is a weapon Maldonado could use more, and I think he should go back to the righty stance and try that stance for a while.
Darchinyan, like a caged lion right now as he comes out to begin round 6, looks very determined. Oh, he just nailed Maldonado with a straight left to the head, both fighting out of the southpaw stance. The infighting body shots, Darchinyan's getting the better of the two. Maldonado's got to be in exquisite condition to take this punishment, continue to stand in there, and he's just walking into punches now, Maldonado. Obviously being overmatched and outworked here by Darchinyan. He thought maybe he could out-hustle or outwork Darchinyan, but that's a tough task.
Well, Maldonado had grueling fights in his last two. Christian Najarez, a draw, and Tomas Rojas, a win in 10, a very close decision. Those were grueling matches, so he knows what it's like to be in this kind of fight.
And Rojas was a southpaw like Darchinyan.
Yep. This is a division really dominated by southpaws. Again, from the right-handed stance, there's a nice left hook by Maldonado.
Darchinyan confidently said he will eliminate them one by one. There won't be any southpaws left but him, he said.
He doesn't lack for confidence, no.
I noticed that.
And you know, he's going low a lot, Maldonado. Joe Cortez warning him, there could be a point deducted shortly.
Now Maldonado aiming for the belly, but that was blocked nicely by the gloves of Darchinyan, showing some defense. We approach the final minute of round 6, scheduled for 12 for the IBF Flyweight Championship. Darchinyan in the black, Maldonado in the red. Here's Darchinyan going to work, and Maldonado goes down to a knee. Hold on, it might be a knockdown. It is. Down for the first time in his career. He got up quickly. So a breakthrough moment here for Darchinyan, round 6. Putting Maldonado on the canvas. Well, these body these shots are getting through by Darchinyan and having a lasting effect on Maldonado.
Vic Darchinyan, when he gets a guy, he just attacks. To say he attacks with abandon is an understatement.
He's fun to watch, very exciting. The blood, big left hand to the head by Darchinyan with blood streaking down Maldonado's face. But look at Maldonado fight back. And these fans here really loving the action.
Breathe.
Keep heading downstairs. How are you feeling? I'm here to protect you.
You understand? How we take unnecessary punishment, you understand?
A wild round in round 6. For the first time, Maldonado sent to the canvas. That hit him on the side of the head, affected his equilibrium. I think appropriately called a knockdown by Joe Cortez. The punch clearly hurt him. The Darchinyan left a big punch. You see how it hit him on the side of the head. So his balance affected very much.
And they got him on the temple, which really can affect your balance. And Maldonado tasting the canvas for the very first time in his career in 35 fights. So let's see how he responds after that here in round 7.
That round, the remainder of that round, Steve, was extraordinary. Maldonado hit with a lot of big shots after that and just hanging in there. We talked about his toughness. He's a very tough guy.
No question about that. Seeing a true illustration of that here.
The underused weapon in this fight, the jab of Maldonado. He's just not used it effectively enough, and I think it would have been an important punch for him during the course of this fight. Instead, he's throwing wide punches like that hook and some of the ultra-wide left hand. See how he's throwing wide punches? Not going to work for Maldonado.
If I recall correctly, you said in your keys to victory for Maldonado, don't forget the jab.
Yeah, very important for him.
No big surprise here. A long press row. Now Maldonado just winging loosely and missing. Wonder if he's losing some steam now, the result of a lot of punishment.
Now Maldonado felt that the key to him winning this fight was to get Darchinyan into the later rounds. The problem is you want to get him in the later rounds without having absorbed as much punishment as Maldonado has. Still, 11 rounds is as far as Darchinyan has gone in the win over Pacheco. He hasn't gone a long distance a lot, and so for Maldonado there is at least that bit of good news.
Interestingly, Maldonado to the 12th round only one time. His last fight, a draw. Oh, he's a straight left hand to the head by Darchinyan. Again, Maldonado just walking into it. Darchinyan having his way.
Very unique style by Vic Darchinyan. Not too many people see like him in boxing. I think he stunned him with that left hand.
Sweeping left to the top of Maldonado's head, and he's sensing the moment there now. Darchinyan moving in for the finish, trying to close the show. Big left hand, straight left. Joe Cortez watching very closely.
Hold the head down, let's go.
Looking to see if Maldonado offers back. There's a left uppercut on the inside by Darchinyan. Haven't seen a lot of that. And he's just wailing away. Darchinyan looking for a crushing knockout here. That one sent Maldonado back to the ropes. That stunned him. He's rocked.
How many left hands has Darchinyan landed in this round? Hard to count.
And what a chin by Maldonado, and he keeps firing back. A lot of heart by Maldonado.
Ok, está cogiendo mucho golpe. ¿Cómo te sientes aquí? Ok, el próximo round, sigue cogiendo golpe así, voy a parar la pelea. Next round, keep taking punches out down, stop the fight, you understand? All right.
You got to keep boxing. You got to keep boxing. You have to be more constant. The referee's going to stop the fight if you don't throw. They're going to stop the fight. You got to come out fighting.
Well, the reason they're thinking about stopping this fight is these left hands by Darchinyan. He is just landing them repeatedly. Probably landed 15 or 20 really solid left hands during the course of that last round. Here it comes again. One on the top of the head, one on the chin, and always preceded by that range-finding jab.
These are punishing blows now by Darchinyan. He's got what fighters call heavy hands, connecting solidly with lefts and rights. Those are really taking their toll on Maldonado. At this rate, we're going to have to see if he can even get through round 8.
Steve, that is the way to describe Vic Darchinyan. Heavy hands. Really, he's a ponderous puncher, but a powerful one. Could I have any more alliteration in that?
Nice job.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead.
There's a future as an English teacher.
There's that left again. And Darchinyan, unlike Maldonado, has not underused his jab in this match. Darchinyan's showboating now.
Yeah, he's playing around now, but he's nailing it with the straight left. There's the right hand, the jab by Darchinyan. And again, almost everything is connecting. Crowd, not the biggest crowd in the world, but loud. They're into it, enthusiastic, spirited. That was a Johnny Tapia move by Vic Darchinyan just now. The former great champion from Albuquerque.
And while Tapia is certainly a more traditional boxer, always also unconventional in many ways in the ring.
Nailing him with straight left, 3 in a row, 3 unanswered left hands. Hard left, there's another one by Darchinyan. Look at this display by Vic Darchinyan. Non-stop barrage, Cortez steps in and stops the fight. A very impressive exhibition of punching, hard punching by Vic Darchinyan to remain undefeated and retain his title. Beyonce cheering, getting into it. The fans must say she's very emotional, isn't she? Very emotional. Vic Darchinyan goes to 26-0 with 21 knockouts, 5-0 in world title fights.
He believes he is a marketable 115-pounder. He thinks he brings the kind of flash and style that it takes for a boxer at that weight to win the hearts and minds of boxing fans, and he might be right.
Yeah, he's marquee. He's theater. Aside from being very talented, he's charismatic, dynamic, and he's still the Lord of the Flies. Retains his IBF flyweight title, his 4th successful defense.
They talked about him fighting Lorenzo Parra, perhaps a WBA champ, and that could be made. I'm on board with that. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm on board with Jorge Arce. I like that idea.
That would be a sizzling fight, no question about it. Arce is very, very exciting as well. He's been calling out Arce of Mexico, has been threatening to move up in weight, and Darchinyan says, that's okay, I'll move up with you. And here's the loser, but a lot of heart.
Tough night for TT Maldonado at 28. This was a big opportunity for him, but he has skills as a fighter. This man just too strong for him. The strength of Darchinyan, very tough for any flyweight to deal with.
Darchinyan hands Maldonado his first loss. 33-1-1 now after winning his first 33, a draw and a loss.
Give me your hand.
This was the moment in the last round where things started to unravel for Maldonado. And what else would it be but a left hand? And my, you can see the power and how straight that left hand was. They don't all come straight from Darchinyan, but some do. And the final moments of this fight will come when Darchinyan continues to land the left hand, always set up by that range-finding jab. And the straight left's too much for Maldonado to handle, and Joe Cortez coming in, and notably not a complaint from Maldonado when the fight was stopped. Another look at that sequence shows us the power with which Darchinyan is landing those lefts. And it's all unconventional, but it all works. And that also makes it more effective because you're seeing something different in this man.
And Vic Darchinyan seizing a major opportunity here, getting top billing after the Corrales-Castillo fight went up in flames, and he made the most of this situation, and he is a marketable fighter. There's no question about it.
It's fun to watch.
There he is alongside his trainer, confidant, former champion Jeff Fennick. Let's get it up to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 38 seconds in round number 8. A referee in charge, Joe Cortez, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated and still champion, the Raging Bull, Vic Darchinyan.
Well, the nickname may not be original, but
did somebody have that before? I don't. Oh yeah, that's right.
Somebody named Jake may have had it, but he certainly looks like an original when the bell rings. He is his own man, Vic Darchinyan, successful, and really hearing it from the crowd. They loved the display he put on tonight against Luis Maldonado, and he continues to hang on to that belt. Very proud man. Well, as part of our 20th anniversary celebration, we invite viewers to visit our website at show.com to vote for the best performances and most memorable moments during the series history. Last month, we presented our nominees for Showtime's Best Rivalry. Coming up after post-fight interviews, we'll announce the winner and introduce the next category that you can vote on. So here in Las Vegas right now, let's go up to the ring. And Jim Gray. Jim?
All right, Steve, thank you very much. Vic, congratulations to you. It seemed as though you dominated this entire fight. Was that your feeling as well?
Of course, I'm feeling well. Opponent is very good opponent. He's tough. He took a lot of punches, but he held it. I'm impressed. Yeah, it's very good fight. I'm happy for this fight. Also, thank you very much to Showtime. Put me like this big fight. It's very good, great opportunity for me. Like Gary Show next to me, my promoter. Thanks him a lot. It's big feeling, you know. I don't know how to say. I feel very good. I'm very comfort. I'm very happy. Jeff next to me, my coach Billy Hussein.
Let me ask you about that big left hand that you threw there in the 6th round that knocked him down, which was really the beginning of the end of this fight.
I can hear Jeff when I knock him down. He tell me like, be patient, don't rush. I couldn't. I want to knock him out. That's why I couldn't stop him after knockdown.
There it is, right there. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I feel he's already knocked down, and after that I start jumping. You know, it's experienced fighter not doing like that. He waiting time and knock him out. I don't know, but good. He take lots of punches.
He did take a lot of punches. Were you surprised he was able to withstand the barrage that he did?
I can't say I'm impressed because I'm surprised because his record is 33-0. I already know he will be a good fighter. I didn't saw many fights of him. I just saw one fight, but I don't know. I know he will give me a good fight. So that's why I'm ready for this fight.
It all seems to be in your left hand, and let me ask you about the big shot that you hit him with in the 8th round, which ended this fight. As we take a look at the monitor. Here we go, right here.
Yeah. Jeff's telling me, you know, always set left and continue, don't stop. Always I go one punch because I believe like I can punch him or knockout in one punch. So that's why if I keep punching, I think I will knock him out. Not technical knockout, cold knockout. But he's a good fighter, you know.
And here's the end of the fight as Jose Cortez steps in and stops the fight. Joe Cortez stops the fight right there. What now, Vic? What will you do?
I wanna unificate my belts. I wanna fight for WBC, WBA title, for undisputed, for unification belts. I don't know. We challenge already, show challenge already. All fighters and also WBO, Narvaez, waiting answer for them. And also, it's not a limit. I'm a flyweight, you know. I can jump in super flyweight and bantamweight, super bantamweight. Anyone have 1-2 belts, you want to fight me? I am ready. Can see difficulties making weight in flyweight. I want to fight. I make in my place big wall. I count. I needed 12 belts. No,
Congratulations to you. You were able to take advantage of this opportunity this evening as you became the main event. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, and also thanks to all people. I know lots of people from Australia, all my friends back of me and all in place. Thank you very much.
All right.
And all Armenian communities are here, more than 1,000.
Thanks to Gary Shaw, and thank you very much to Showtime for this great opportunity.
Australia, I'm coming back.
All right, Jeff.
Thanks, Gary.
Vic, congratulations. Gary, back to you, Steve.
All right, Jim, great. Thank you so much. Jeff Fennick is like, he's like the perfect guy for,
He really
for a
is.
guy like Vic Darchinyan. At the time of the stoppage, let's check out the scoring for Darchinyan Maldonado. Chuck Ciampa had Darchinyan up 7. Bill Graham had him up 6. Doug Tucker up 6 points as well. All Nevada judges. Not much of an argument there. And as far as the press row scores, the unofficial scoring, David Avila from the Riverside Press Enterprise, Steve Kem, MaxBoxing.com, and Mike Sloan, FightNews.com all had it pretty convincingly for Vic Darchinyan. How's this for an analogy? Heir apparent to Kostya.
Well, you know, like Kostya, a transplanted fighter that went to Australia, won the hearts and minds of Australian fans, and now comes to America and shows us a lot. Look, it's not easy to market a 115-pound fighter, but if you're going to do it, a guy like this, who is certainly a personality, has power, and does a lot of interesting, unorthodox things in the ring, if you're going to do it, this is the kind of guy you're going to do it with.
Well, he's a flyweight with the attitude of a heavyweight, and
Yes.
you forget, with all that pop, all that power, that strength, that he is 112 pounds.
And you know what else? He's vulnerable. You can hit him, and because of that, the better flyweights out there, the good ones like Pacheco, who did hit him frequently in that fight, they're going to make the fights even more interesting.
And that's what makes it exciting when you're a good puncher and you're vulnerable.
Yep,
that really makes things very exciting. Well, in celebration of Showtime Championship Boxing's 20th anniversary, we've asked you, the fight fans, to log on